from my kitchen that I decided not to clean up. It looks like it really does. There's just like junk everywhere. My 7-year-old has a multiplication table out. Pretty sure I got this on Temu before I quickly abandoned that ship because of all the stolen data and stuff. But I'm gonna make my kids lunches today and just yammer on, talk to you. I'm trying to do the more like low-key, chilling, hanging out. So we'll do that. I have my kitty spy cam over here I need to move. This is what I spy on my cats when we are watching to see overnight if they're jumping on the counters. That has become much less of a problem. It's got a motion sensor in the front, and so if they're jumping up on the counter, it senses that and it shoots a burst of air out at them. It has worked fabulously, and now just the fear of it, we don't even have it on. We just sit it out and they're like, oh no, run away. It is cold here in Virginia today. It's like 44 degrees and super windy. But yeah, just headed back. We had family in town, a cousin of mine I don't see often, who's married and has a toddler. And his toddler was just smitten with my eldest. My eldest is my son. I've got 2 girls. My middleest and my youngest are girls. And my son had asked for Christmas for a little brother. And that ship has sailed. We done. Not happening. But it was really sweet because he got to play with his little cousin. Hi Rowan, who's a boy. And he kind of changed his mind about wanting a little brother. It was good to like have one he could play with a little bit, to be worshipped with, and then he could like move him away when he started to mess up his car tower. So it was really cute. It was a good time. It was a little stressful. I think I only cried like twice on the way to Starbucks. Holidays are great, I think, but having all 3 kids home, at least in our house, because my elder 2 are about 18, 19 months apart. My youngest like 2.5 months, but they're all like, they have their moments. Like my eldest and youngest play pretty well together. And then my middleest and youngest, because they're both girls, they play together. My older 2 tend to butt heads the most, but even the 2 girls are arguing, fighting now, and it's just kind of stressful. It already had me a little bit freaked out about summertime and just what I'm gonna do with 3 of them. So anyway, it was a little stressful. Family time, traveling is always a little stressful, like who's gonna eat what and where, and everybody's just in each other's faces. Thank goodness my husband was off work, and so he was helping too. But yeah, we made it through, and it really was good. Like I would say it was fun. The kids had a great time, made some memories. We got decorations up for holidays. But yeah, it's been good. I want to tell you guys about a book. I don't know if you follow on Instagram. She's lovely, Dr. Becky Kennedy. Good Inside is her recent book. I think she published it last year, so 2022. But I've just started reading it, and my husband too, given just like some of the struggles we've been having lately. And we consider ourselves like really intentional parents. We're really trying to break cycles. We know some of the problems that occurred with different styles of parenting from when we were younger, especially both of us. My husband came from a hyper-religious home, so like Southern Baptist home, and there's just been like a lot of undoing and kind of shifting what we're doing, how we're parenting, and we still were getting stuck in some places, and then we found Dr. Becky, and so we've just been reading. I mean, we're like the first few chapters, and we both were just going, wow, this is mind-blowing. Like just the title of it, it's called Good Inside. So the premise of her whole work, and she's a clinical psychologist, I'm just a huge fan. Her premise of her whole work is that kids and you as a parent are good inside. Like you're inherently good. And that is so antithetical to what we heard in like hyper-religious, conservative homes growing up. And mine was more like culturally there. My hub's, it was like very intense religiosity of his home. And the Baptist kind of way of teaching is like, you are a sinner and you are bad. And like if the ceiling was peeled back, I remember a pastor saying in church, if God peeled the ceiling up right now, like you couldn't even look at him, you would just burn into fire because he's so holy and you're so bad. And okay, like I can see from religious context, like where that comes kind of like for some people, like that is not the philosophy we adopt anymore. We have shifted to a more loving Methodist church, and we're liking that. You agree? Amen? Amen, Rowan. Amen. Let me see if I can get her. She won't come up. But we have no, she's running away from me. She's our Klekai, Ro. Hey, Ro. Come here, I'm going to get you. Come here, I'm going to get you. Come here. Come here. Here's Rowan. Here she is. There's Ro. Oh, there's Ro. Hi, Ro. But anyway, we have shifted away from that to much just different perspective. I don't think I even realized. I know. I don't think I even realized. Just as a kid and even into like teens and young adulthood, and just I didn't even question a lot of things. And pandemic and everything, just becoming a mom, especially, you know, marriage struggles of, you know, we've been married, what, 08, 15 years now. Just like life happens and hard things happen and you have to grapple with and wrestle with just the answers that your philosophy comes to. And anyway, like we are just doing deconstruction of like hyper evangelicism, and this is a weird place to be going. I don't know, I was trying to talk about this book, okay, but the fundamental premise is good inside, that we're good inside, and that is not what I'd really been taught. I wasn't made to believe. So deep down, like we think we're bad people and we want to do bad things, and so then our children must be bad, and like the bent towards sin is in them. And her premise is the opposite of that they're inherently good, and that they become, I'm gonna get like weepy talking about it, but they become what we call them out to be, essentially. If you're like, oh, you're so selfish, well, that child will be selfish. But if you're like, I know you have the capacity, or I know you're a generous kid, you are such a good kid. And that is where she starts everything. Every bit of her parenting thing is connecting with them and calling them out to being good, and then monitoring your own self-talk. Like, I'm a good parent. And like, I just read a part, so really I'm just in the beginning, I'll have more to share. There's a part where she talks about we have to be okay with two realities existing at the same time. And this is fundamental to relationships, because two people won't always agree, versus one reality and like one thing always being right, one thing always being true. Like, you're a bad parent, period. You're a bad kid, period. No, it can be true that you are a good kid or a good parent, but you are also simultaneously having a hard time, that you might make a bad decision or have bad behavior, but that behavior is not identity. And so it is so rich. Like, I just cannot more strongly recommend this. It has been so helpful for us. And already just this first little bit, I realized how little, if ever, I told my kids, like, they're good kids. Like, I told them I love them. I think even internally sometimes they start to do stuff and you're like, oh man, they're lying to me. Like, are they gonna be a sociopath? Like, jokingly, but then deep down you're like, is something wrong with them? Is something wrong with me, right? And her fundamental premise is like, nothing is wrong with you. Like, you're a good person. You're here doing the work. You're here trying to break cycles. Your kids are good kids. You're trying to do your best by them, and sometimes we make mistakes. And just what does that look like? How do you grow and get better? So great book. Check it out. We're gonna make some lunch. My kids bring their lunches every day. So we're gonna put together the lunch. I fold half a paper towel. It's probably not eco-friendly of me, is it? If you got a suggestion, I am not in the eco-friendly land. I wish I was. It's not that I'm like against it. I just don't really have the time and energy to get thinking about eco stuff. And then there's a lot of things that we do, like accommodation wise, that it just works for our family right now where we are. It's a season potentially, but we reuse the lunch boxes and there are other things. But anyway, paper towel. If you hate me and you want to burn down my paper towels, tell me what to do instead, and I will listen and be receptive to that. I try to put in there a protein, fat, carbohydrate. That's easy to do. Everything's carbohydrates that they want nowadays. Protein, fat, and then fiber, something like that, and some type of produce, something fresh. So I think we'll get, let's see, I'm feeling kind of lazy. I have to go to a physical therapy appointment because I was telling you guys about my hip pain and sciatic nerve pain. I had this physical therapy appointment scheduled, but with my exercise, it really has gotten a lot better. So I'm hoping they will kind of be like, yeah, you're good. Maybe some stretches. I already have some grapes chopped that my husband chopped. Bless him. So we're gonna put those in. Those still for my 7-year-old and my 5-year-old. They're still quartered. I'm not risking my kiddo choking on grapes, and they're being silly and joking around with their friends and laughing. I don't want them choking. I try to watch choking things. So that's our produce. Carbs in there. Got some protein and a cheese stick. Calcium, good for the teeth too. Casein, also good for the teeth. We got a cheese stick in there. I usually, let's see, I'll set my daughter. So my daughter gets this little green thing because she wanted a unicorn lunchbox. So I put hers inside her lunchbox in that carry. And then my son has this like awesome giant bento box. I think I'm gonna make peanut butter jelly. Don't judge me, it's a go-to. It's a staple, but yeah, we'll see. So my PT, I'm hoping they'll give me some stretchers or something maybe, because I have a lot of tightness still, but I think just strengthening my core, strengthening my muscles, and strength training has pretty much gotten rid of my hand carpal tunnel problem and my hip sciatic nerve pain. Like, it is next to nothing compared to what it was 2 months ago. So pretty awesome. But yeah, gonna check in with PT still. Choosy mom still choose Jif. Yes we do. None of this is sponsored, by the way. Even my glowing review of Becky, it is just great. We'll make some sandwiches. Oh no, paper plate too. But I reuse them for like 8 years. Until they're just mangled beyond all recognition. I'm gonna do veggie wise. We're gonna do sugar snap peas. My middleist tends to like pull out the beans and not eat the shell, but that's okay. She's still exploring that food. There are different schools of thought re food exposure. My kids aren't very picky. Like they're, I'd say, typical kids in terms of food. My eldest eats more than my middle. My middle is kind of my most picky eater. I'm gonna make sure I'm like getting paranoid now that my PT is at 11:30. It is. I'm not 11 because it's 10:30 now. I just booked a polar train ride for my birthday with my kids and my mom and dad. Excited about that. But yeah, 2 schools of thought. Re lunchtime exposure. Since my kids pretty typical, I expose them to things that they don't necessarily really like a lot, but they'll eat. So like sugar snap peas, just so they always have a veggie. We'll do baby carrots a lot. I'll sometimes just do a canned green bean, canned mixed veggie, but I try to always put a veggie in there. And I know their time is so short. It's like 30 minutes. They're eating so quick. And so you just want to pack it with calories and things they'll eat. Ooh, explosion of jelly. Ooh. You want to put in whatever. So I have pretty big lunches that I pack, and then they have choice. Like I'm never going to be like, you didn't eat your whole lunch. Like I can't stand, and their school does this, but the whole policy of like your treat, quote unquote, last, I'm very much against that. I think that makes treats, quote unquote, treats. We don't even call stuff treats in our house. Like candy is just another food, but it makes them really special, and it makes this idea, kind of perpetuates the idea of earning food, and I'm very against that. I think that promotes disordered eating. So I don't have any order. I expect my kids to eat whatever order they want. The special dentist thing that I put in here, let me see if I have any made. I gotta make a couple more, but I have this little pill box, and it holds xylitol mints from Zellies, which I like. I put 2 of them in there, and then a Basic Bite. I don't know if you've seen some of my paid content, but like Basic Bites pays me to produce some content, but I love them and have used them long before they sponsored me. A Basic Bites chew is just a enamel health promoting chew. It's great with their lunches. There's caramel chocolate. They can chew it after their lunch, and it helps get all the food debris off of their teeth that could stick around and be fermented and produce acid, which could increase cavity risk, things like that. So the Basic Bite cleans off their teeth, and then the cool thing about it contains arginine, calcium, bicarbonate, all 3 ingredients that help maintain that pH or neutralize that pH if it had gotten acidic. So you're just helping to protect the enamel in that way. So it's a really cool tool, and I love it. I'm such a big dork. So my kids have that in their lunch. All right, I'll show you. So I'm gonna put their sweet thing. I always have something in there that they really enjoy eating. I do hate, again, that they make them eat it at the end. Oops, San Antonio. I'm a Texas cell phone number, so anytime I get Texas stuff, because I live in Virginia now, I pretty much know it's spam, and I just ignore it. But these are the little Basic Bites things. And these were the Zellies mints I put in. The cherry berry tastes pretty good. And I put that in to their little candy section with the Reese's. And then my daughter has been asking for high chews. I moved the high chews. We had some like gummies and high chews readily accessible, and I moved them up to our room for a time period. And this is part of why I started reading Good Inside. I don't know about you when you cook and such, but I'm a cleaner as I go. I like clean up and then I come back. I love like little containers because they keep everything separate and it doesn't get all like soggy. So these are Tava. They're pretty expensive, but I really like them. They're in my little snack Amazon shop list for like snack ideas and things. But they're just little, they're easy to open. Even my 3-year-old has them and can use them. She's not in school every day, so she doesn't need it today. But I'm putting cashews in there. They're cashew halves, again, for choking risk, lessening that a bit. And close it up, and then they won't get soggy, because sometimes, you know, you have nuts and they get all gross. Just put that in there. And then I'm gonna show you these peanut butter bites. They're really tasty, and it gets a little protein along with the sugar, but it's like, I don't know, serving size is what? An ounce? I don't know what that is. But they taste pretty good and have 5 grams of protein, so I put that in there a lot of times with nuts. I might put a few chocolate chips in, although I've kind of overdone the peanut and chocolate. We'll see. Oh, I know what I'll put. They like craisins. Not a huge fan of craisins, raisins. I get the reduced sugar craisins, but they do stick in the teeth bad. But again, that's why I have the Basic Bite. But man, it really can be such a chore to just try to think of like different lunches and things for them to enjoy every day, and that are still, you know, nutritious, but also something that they want to eat. Oh, so where am I gonna put these? This is my kid that doesn't really like them, so we're probably gonna just give her, I don't know, where am I gonna, sometimes just organizing where it all goes is the greatest challenge. I probably shouldn't have put those. Let me get one more container. These are a little bit bigger containers. So I'm gonna take her craisins out of there. Because this little green thing, it's pretty good at like moisture control, so I'm gonna put her keys in that. And then obviously she's at school today, so she has her lunchbox, so I'm gonna stick these things just piled up in the fridge. I'm gonna close up my son's, get her sugar snappies that she will dismember. Sounds so scary. Okay, put these down. But that's it for today. I don't know, not the most exciting video, but it then randomly got into like philosophy and parenting and life and religion, so I don't know. Welcome to the weirdness that is my videos. But I think it's just gonna be posting more things that I'm doing right now, thinking of. I've got so much to do for just getting Christmas ready. I saw a video someone posted about Christmas, getting their kid a summary of the year in photo. And I wanna do that in a printed book for each kid. So really excited about that. I won't show you any of it because I don't put pictures of my kids on the internet because they have a right to their privacy and their own internet footprint, and so you will not see them. You're gonna hear very little about them from me. I try to never even say their names. At most you know their gender and how old they are, but yeah, I'm excited to do that. So I've got to get working on that. That's gonna take me a while because I really want to retroactively do the years that I've missed too. So I've got 7, 5, 3. 3-year-old will be easiest, but at least for now, I want to work on this year. But I'm gonna go get ready for my PT appointment. Thanks for being here. If you got any questions, let me know just about life, about how I keep my kitchen so organized and beautiful. Looking good. About the book. If you're reading Good Inside, let me know if you're looking for a gift for a mom. Really all ages. This is not just young kids. I have a friend across the street, neighbor, who's got teens, or well, tween and a teen, and she's reading this also, saying it's really, really great. I'm gonna get it for my friend, neighbor down the street. Just found out she's having her 3rd, and this will be a great holiday gift for her. She's watching this, Brittany. You don't know what you're getting. Pretend you don't know. But I doubt anyone has made it to the end of this random video. But thank you for being here, and I wish you well. All right, so I'm gonna get ready for my PT appointment, and I will sign off. This is my new little ditty that I came up with that I kind of like. It is be well, do good, and stay in touch. Thanks, guys. Okay, we're gonna have a gratuitous kitten video. And I realized we didn't see Gracie earlier in the gratuitous kitten video, but here's Blue, and there's Grace-a-Rooney. Hi, Gracie. That's the whole gang, plus Patches. Should we do a Patches visit? Patcheroo. Patchy. He's our bunny. Are you awake? Oh, Patch! Patch! Where did you go? Hi! Hi, bunny. Hello, sweet bunny. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. You're so fluffy. Hey, Patches. Oh, you're so fluffy and sweet. Hi, Patchy boy. You're scratched. Oh, yes. There you go. You're a good fella. You enjoying your sweet? Yes, accommodations are great. Thank you. See you later, man. Bye. Oh, you're going to go to Catlandia? Let us see. They're resting. But they are watching you. Gonna risk it? Alright, okay. There's Grace. Gracie, no, you're gonna come eat the hay. Sorry, girlfriend. So where are you going, man? It's like the kids are gone. This is great. You ready to go back? Is it too much? Okay. Enough excitement for one morning. Later, dude. Love you. Bye, Patchy. I gotta shut it. Oh, you just want to make sure you can go? Where are you going? You're so brave. Nope. Just kidding. Okay. Okay. Bye-bye.